Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to topic 11.1, Inheritance. Learning outcome C. Understand and explain sex determination in humans. We are going to look at learning activity in groups, learners research on, discuss and explain sex determination using relevant examples. Ensure that individuals explain using annotated diagrams. Item 1. Sex determination. We are going to look at question from daily life. Learners notes that some babies are boys and others are girls, and ask how this is decided. So we have our diagram here. We have the mother, the father, XX, XY, and they are giving us a possibility of a girl, XX, and a possibility of a boy, XY. Tasks. Define sex determination. Define sex determination. Sex determination is the process by which the sex of an individual, either a male or female, is decided. It is that process by which the sex of an individual, either male or female, is decided. For example, when we come here to our diagram, the female parent, the mother, has got a genotype of XX, and the father has got a genotype of XY. So when they form gametes, if X gamete and X gamete of the husband come and combine, we are going to get a girl child. If X from the mother and a Y from the father combine, we are going to get XY. This will be a boy child. Item 2, still on sex determination. We are now looking at chromosomes in humans. Chromosomes in human. A teacher shows a chart of human chromosomes and highlights the sex chromosomes. Here we have our diagram of the human chromosomes. The 23 pairs of chromosomes. Task. Name the sex chromosome in humans. Name the sex chromosomes in humans. The sex chromosomes are X and Y. Those are the sex chromosomes in humans. If you look here, we have the 23rd pair. It can be XY or it can be XX. Those are the sex chromosomes in humans. State the chromosome combination for males and females. Want us to state the chromosome combinations for the male and then also for the females. For the female, it is XX. The combination is XX, and for the males, it is XY chromosome. If you look on our diagram here, you will see that we have the combination XY. This one is for the male. And when you see XX, this combination is for the female. Item 3, still on sex determination. We are looking at the role of parents in sex determination. Role of parents in sex determination. Alana believes that the mother determines the sex of a baby. Alana believes that the mother determines the sex of a baby. And from our diagram here, we can see we have the mother, XX, and the father is XY. So when the mother gives X and the father gives X, we have a girl child. When the mother gives X and the father gives XY, we get a boy child. Task. State which parent determines the sex of a child. State which parent determines the sex of a child. The father determines the sex of the child. So when you look here, you will see that the father is having chromosome combination XY, and the mother is having chromosome combination XX. So the mother provides X, and X can either give a girl or can either give a boy. But if the father provides X, then that child will be a girl child. But if the father provides the Y chromosome, then the child will be a baby boy. So it is the father who determines the sex of the child. Give a reason for your answer. Give a reason for your answer. The mother produces eggs with only X chromosome. So when you look at the gametes produced by the mother, they are only X chromosomes. Whereas the father produces sperm with either X or Y chromosome. chromosomes. And therefore, for that reason, because of these chromosomes, sperms of X and sperms of Y, they are the ones that are going to determine the sex of the child. If the X chromosome gamete goes with the gamete of the mother, we shall form a girl child. If the Y chromosome goes with the gamete of the mother, we shall form a boy child. So it is the father who determines the sex of the child. Fertilization by an X sperm. This one produces a female who will become XX, while a Y sperm will produce a male who will be XY. Item 4. We are still under sex determination. Using symbols to explain. We want to use symbols to explain. Learners use symbols to model fertilization. Learners use symbols to model fertilization. We are going to use our diagram here, whereby we have the mother, and the mother is having chromosome combination XX. And this side we have the father, who is having the chromosome combination XY. So we want to use the symbols to explain fertilization or sex determination. Tasks. Use the symbols below to explain sex determination. Want us to use the symbols below to explain sex determination. We have the egg, which is having chromosome X. We have the sperm that can have chromosome X or it can have chromosome Y. The egg, which is chromosome X, plus the sperm, which is chromosome X, we end up getting XX combination. And this one is going to give us a female. If we have the egg with chromosome X, we combine it with the sperm with chromosome Y, we get a combination of XY. And this one is going to be a male. So here when we come here, the egg X and the sperm X, they will give us a combination of XX. And this one is going to be a girl child. If we have the egg X and we combine it with the sperm Y, we are going to get a combination of XY. And this one is going to be a male child. So when you look at this combination, X can either go with X or it can go with Y. There is an equal chance of having a male or a female child. So when we have the egg X, which can either go with the sperm X or it can go with sperm Y, there are two possibilities, either XX to form a girl child or XY to form a boy child. So there is an equal chance of either having a male or a female child. Let's now move on item 5. We are still under sex determination, item 5. We are going to look at the probability understanding. We want to focus on probability understanding. A family has 4 boys. A neighbor claims the next child must be a girl. So meaning that we are having our family, but the family has got 4 boys. And the neighbor is claiming that the next child to arrive in the family will be a girl. Tasks. Explain whether this statement is correct. They want us to explain whether this statement is correct. Is it correct? Is the neighbor's claim correct that the next child must be a girl? The statement is incorrect. Why? Because each fertilization is independent. There is always an equal chance, that is about 50%, of having a boy or having a girl. So it is not automatically that since we have 4 boys, the next one will be a girl. The chance is 50% of having a boy or having a girl. So we may end up having the other 50% and we have a boy child the next time. It's not a guarantee that the next time it will be a girl. It is 50-50%. Item 6, we are still on sex determination. This time we want to look at sex in other organisms. Sex in other organisms. Learners are told that sex determination is not the same in all living things. So let us look at our diagram here. When you look here, we have the birds. The birds, the male bird has chromosome ZZ, and the female bird has chromosome ZW. Let's move to the tasks. Our task requires us to give one example of sex determination in organisms other than humans. So we say in birds, the males are ZZ, and the females are ZW, like the way we have specified it here. The male are ZZ and the female are ZW, which is different from that of humans. In some reptiles, sex is determined by temperature during egg development. So when you come to the reptiles, for them again, it is going to be determined by the temperature during which the egg develops. So it is the temperature which is determining the sex in some of the reptiles. But when you look in birds, the males have got ZZ chromosome combination, and the females have ZW chromosome combinations. We go to item 7, which is still sex determination. Here we are going to address a misconception or addressing misconceptions. Some learners believe diet or behavior determines the sex of a baby. We have some learners believing that it is the diet and the behavior which will determine the sex of the baby. So we are having our diagram here. This one, of course, it is giving us that the sex is determined by the chromosomes that are coming from the mother and the father. But the learners are believing that it might be the diet or the behavior of the child that determines the sex of the baby. Task: state whether this belief is true or false, and then also give an explanation. Is this statement where the learners are believing that diet and behavior is the one that is determining the sex of the baby? Is it true or false? The belief is false. Why? Because sex is determined by the chromosomes at fertilization and not by the food or behavior or lack. Sex of a child is going to determine by the chromosome combination during fertilization. For example, if we have an X chromosome combining with an X chromosome, we are going to get a chromosome combination of XX, and this one is going to be a girl child. But if we have the X chromosome and the Y chromosome combining together, we shall get a combination of XY, and this one will become a boy child. So that's why we are saying that sex is determined by chromosomes at fertilization, not by food, behavior, or lack. Item 8, sex determination. We are going to emphasize on communication and reflection. Communication and reflection. Explain sex determination to a younger learner using simple words. We want to explain sex determination to a younger learner using simple words. Task. Task: explain sex determination to a young learner using simple words. A baby's sex is decided when the sperm meets the egg. The sperm can carry X chromosome or Y chromosome. The X makes a girl and the Y makes a boy. So we said that sex determination is done by the parent. And the parent has two chromosomes which are carried by the sperm. The sperm can be either X or it can be Y. If it is the X chromosome, it is going to make a girl, that is the X sperm. And if it is the Y sperm, it is going to make a boy. Let's now come to the key learner takeaway. Here we have seen that sex is determined at fertilization. And we have also said that the chromosomes X and Y, this decides sex in humans. We have seen that it is the father who determines the sex of the child, and that sex determination varies in different organisms. By now, this time, the learner can correctly state how sex is determined, can use symbols X and Y accurately, can explain the role of each parent, and can correctly correct the common misconceptions, and also can apply the concepts of humans and other organisms. If you have not grasped these concepts, please go back and repeat the video and get them correctly. Thank you very much for participating in topic 11.1. We have been looking at inheritance, and our learning outcome was C. Understand and explain sex determination in humans. We have been looking at learning activity in groups. Learners research on and discuss and explain sex determination. Using relevant examples, we ensure that individuals explain using annotated diagrams. Please visit me at Mugabi Joshua Biology on YouTube. Make sure you like, you share, and subscribe. Thank you.